I told them everything, and now my mother might be taken away because of me." Those were the words Lily Harper whispered, her small hands shaking as she sat in the corner of the school office. Her voice was barely louder than a breath, but what she had done could not be undone. Across from her, two adults stared in silence. One was the school principal. The other was a woman Lily had never seen before, holding a notepad and looking very serious. Lily's eyes were red from crying. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," she added, her voice cracking. I just wanted someone to help her." The room felt too quiet, too heavy. The woman leaned forward slowly. "Lily," she said gently, "can you tell us again what you said in class today?" Lily swallowed hard. Her heart beat so fast it felt like it might jump out of her chest. "I told them," she began, then stopped. She looked down at her shoes. "They asked us to talk about our families, and I told them the truth." The principal exchanged a quick glance with the woman. "And what truth was that?" he asked carefully. Lily's lips trembled. "That my mom cries every night, and that sometimes we don't have food, and that she says it's because people don't like us." The woman's pen froze on the paper. Lily squeezed her eyes shut. "I didn't think anyone would care," she whispered. "But then everyone got really quiet, and my teacher left the room, and now you're here." A long pause followed. Then the woman spoke again, slower this time. "Lily, do you feel safe at home?" That question made Lily's chest tighten. Safe? She didn't know how to answer that. Her mom never hurt her. Her mom loved her. But Lily's fingers curled into her sleeves. "I don't want them to take her away," she suddenly blurted out, her voice rising in panic. "Please, she didn't do anything bad. She's just tired and sad, and people are mean to her." Tears rolled down her cheeks again. "I didn't know this would happen," she cried. "I didn't know telling the truth would cause this much trouble." The woman put her pen down. "Lily," she said softly, "sometimes telling the truth is what helps people, even when it feels scary." But Lily shook her head quickly. "No," she said. "No, I think I made everything worse." The door behind them creaked open. Another adult stepped in and whispered something to the principal. His face changed immediately. Serious, worried. He turned back to Lily. "Your mother is on her way," he said. Lily froze. Her breath caught in her throat. "She's here," Lily whispered. "Almost," he replied. The woman picked her pen back up. "We're going to need to talk to her," she said. Lily's whole body went cold. Because suddenly, for the first time, she realized something she hadn't thought about before. What if her mom got angry? What if her mom felt betrayed? What if this was the moment everything broke? And then, there was a loud knock on the door. Lily jumped. Her heart slammed in her chest. The principal stood up. "Come in," he said. The door opened slowly, and standing there was Lily's mother. Her face looked tired. Her eyes were red, like she had already been crying. She looked from the principal to the woman, and then finally to Lily. And in that moment, Lily felt something worse than fear. She felt guilt. Deep, heavy guilt. "Lily," her mother said softly. That one word made Lily's stomach twist. She couldn't even look at her. The woman stood up and stepped forward. "Ma'am, thank you for coming. We need to talk about something your daughter shared today." Lily's mother's expression changed instantly. "What did she say?" she asked. Her voice was calm. Too calm. Lily knew that tone. It was the same tone her mom used when something was very, very wrong. The principal gestured for everyone to sit. The door closed behind them, and as Lily sat there, small and silent, she realized something terrible. She had told the truth, but the truth had opened a door she didn't know how to close. Earlier that morning, everything had felt normal. Lily woke up in their tiny apartment, the sunlight barely coming through the thin curtains. The room smelled faintly of something burnt. Her stomach growled. She sat up slowly and looked around. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. "Mom?" she called softly. No answer. She got out of bed and walked into the living room. Her mom was sitting on the couch, still wearing the same clothes from yesterday. Her eyes were open, but she looked far away. "Mom," Lily said again. This time, her mom blinked and turned toward her. "Oh, hey, baby," she said, forcing a small smile. Lily walked closer. "You didn't sleep again, did you?" she asked. Her mom shook her head slightly. "I'm okay," she said quickly. "Did you sleep well?" Lily nodded even though she hadn't. She glanced toward the kitchen. There was nothing on the counter. No breakfast. No food. Just an empty space. Her stomach growled again. Her mom noticed. I'll get something later," she said, looking away. "Okay." Lily nodded again. She was used to that answer. Sometimes later meant hours. Sometimes it meant not at all. But she didn't complain, because she knew her mom was trying. "Get ready for school," her mom added softly. Lily went back to her room and got dressed. Her uniform was clean, but a little worn out. She brushed her hair slowly, looking at herself in the mirror. She looked tired too. When she came back out, her mom was still sitting in the same spot, staring at nothing. Lily hesitated. "Mom?" she said. Her mom looked up again. "Yeah." Lily wanted to say something. She wanted to ask why her mom cried at night. She wanted to ask why people were mean. She wanted to ask why things felt so hard all the time. But instead, she just said, "I love you." Her mom's face softened immediately. "I love you too," she said. And for a moment, everything felt okay. At school, things were different. They always were. Lily walked into her classroom quietly and took her seat. Kids were talking and laughing. Some looked at her. Some didn't. She kept her head down. Her teacher, Miss Carter, clapped her hands to get everyone's attention. "Good morning, class," she said brightly. "Good morning," the class replied. "Today," Miss Carter continued, "we're going to do something special. I want each of you to come up and share something about your family." Lily's stomach tightened. She didn't like talking in front of the class, especially about her family. "Don't worry," Miss Carter added. "It can be something simple, something you love about them." One by one, students went up. They talked about family trips, birthday parties, funny stories, happy moments. Lily listened quietly. Each story made her feel smaller and smaller, because her stories didn't sound like that. When it was finally her turn, her heart started racing. She stood up slowly and walked to the front. Her hands felt cold. Her classmates stared at her. Miss Carter smiled gently. "Whenever you're ready, Lily," she said. Lily looked around the room. So many eyes, so much silence. She opened her mouth. First, nothing came out. Then, "I love my mom," she said softly. Miss Carter nodded encouragingly. "That's a wonderful start." Lily swallowed. "She works really hard," she continued. Her voice trembled slightly. And she tries her best." So far, it was okay. She could stop there. She should have stopped there. But something inside her didn't let her, because she remembered her mom sitting on the couch. She remembered the empty kitchen. She remembered the quiet crying at night. And before she could stop herself, the words came out. "Sometimes we don't have food," she said. The room went still. Miss Carter's smile faded slightly. Lily's chest tightened, but she kept going. "And my mom cries a lot," she added. A few kids shifted in their seats. One whispered something. Lily's voice got even smaller. "She says it's because people don't like us," she said. Now the silence was heavy. Too heavy. Miss Carter stepped forward quickly. "Okay, Lily," she said gently. "Thank you for sharing. You can go sit down now." But Lily didn't move, because once the truth started coming out, it didn't want to stop. "She says it's because of how we look," Lily added quietly. Miss Carter's face changed. "Lily," she said softly but firmly. "That's enough for now." Lily nodded slowly and walked back to her seat. Her heart was pounding. She felt like she had done something wrong. Very wrong. Miss Carter continued the lesson, but something had changed. Her voice sounded different. Her eyes kept glancing at Lily. And a few minutes later, she stepped out of the classroom. Lily watched the door close. A strange feeling settled in her chest. Something wasn't right. She didn't know it yet. But that moment, that small moment of truth, was the beginning of everything falling apart. Back in the office, Lily sat frozen as her mother looked at her. "Why didn't you tell me?" her mother asked quietly. Lily's throat tightened. I didn't think it mattered," she whispered. Her mother's eyes filled with tears. "It matters," she said. The woman with the notepad cleared her throat. "Ma'am," she said, "we're here because we're concerned about Lily's well-being." Lily's heart dropped. Concerned. That word sounded dangerous. Her mother sat up straighter. "She's fine," she said quickly. "She's taken care of." The woman nodded slowly. "We just need to ask a few questions." Lily looked between them. The air felt heavy again, like something big was about to happen. And deep down, she knew this conversation wasn't going to end well, because the truth was out now, and there was no taking it back. The woman opened her notepad again, and then she asked the question that made everything worse. "When was the last time there was food in your home?" Lily's breath caught. Her mother froze. And in that moment, Lily realized something terrifying. This wasn't just a conversation anymore. This was the beginning of something much bigger. Something that could change her life forever. And she was the one who started it. If you're listening, help me prove something wrong. I was told this channel wouldn't reach 1,000 subscribers. But these stories deserve to be heard. If this matters to you, subscribe and help bring them to light. The question hung in the air like a heavy cloud. When was the last time there was food in your home? Lily's mother didn't answer right away. Her hands tightened in her lap. Her eyes moved from the woman to the principal, and then slowly to Lily. Lily felt her chest squeeze. She wanted to disappear. "It hasn't been that bad," her mother finally said, her voice low. "We eat." The woman didn't react. She simply wrote something down. "And when was the last meal?" she asked again, more directly. Lily's heart pounded louder. She knew the answer, but she didn't want to say it. Her mother swallowed hard. "This morning, we were going to get something," she said. "Going to?" the woman repeated. Silence. Lily's fingers curled tightly into her sleeves again. Her stomach growled softly. It was quiet, but in that room it sounded loud. Too loud. The woman looked up slowly. "Lily," she said gently, "can you tell me what you ate today?" Lily froze. Her mind raced. She could lie. She could say something simple, something normal. But when she looked at her mother's face, she saw something she had never seen before. Fear. Real fear. And suddenly Lily understood something. This wasn't just about telling the truth anymore. This was about protecting her mom. I had breakfast," Lily said quietly. Her voice was small, but it filled the room. Her mother looked at her quickly. A mix of surprise and something else, something like relief, flashed across her face. The woman paused. "What did you have?" she asked. Lily hesitated. Her mind scrambled for something believable. "Cereal," she said. The woman held her gaze for a moment. Then she nodded slowly and wrote something down. But the way she looked, it didn't feel like she believed her. The principal shifted in his seat. "Ma'am," he said carefully, "we're not here to accuse you of anything. We just want to make sure Lily is safe and cared for." "I told you she is," her mother replied quickly. "I would never let anything happen to my child." Her voice cracked slightly at the end. Lily's chest tightened again. She knew that was true. Her mom loved her, even when things were hard, even when there wasn't enough. She always tried. The woman closed her notepad halfway. "Sometimes," she said slowly, "people go through difficult situations, financial struggles, job loss, discrimination. It can make it hard to provide basic needs." Lily's mom didn't respond. Her eyes dropped to the floor. "And when that happens," the woman continued, "there are resources, help, but we need honesty to connect you to that help." Lily watched her mother carefully. She could see it, that quiet battle inside her, the one between pride and truth. "I don't need help," her mother said suddenly. The words came out sharp. Too fast. The woman didn't argue. She simply nodded again. Okay, she said. But we still have to follow procedures when a child reports concerns like this. Lily's stomach dropped. Procedures. That word sounded even worse than concerned. What does that mean? Lily asked softly. All the adults looked at her. The woman gave a small, careful smile. It just means we need to make sure everything at home is okay, she said. That might include a visit. A visit, Lily repeated. Her mother's head snapped up. No, she said immediately. That's not necessary. I understand this is uncomfortable, the woman replied calmly. But it's part of our job. Lily felt her heart start racing again. A visit meant they would come to the apartment. They would see everything. The empty fridge. The quiet nights. The way her mom sat on the couch for hours. No, that couldn't happen. Please, Lily said suddenly, her voice shaking. Don't come to our house. Everyone turned to her again. It's not that bad, she added quickly. We're okay. I promise. Her mother reached over and grabbed her hand tightly. It's okay, baby, she whispered. But it didn't feel okay. Not at all. The woman studied them both for a moment. Then she spoke again. We'll schedule something, she said. Soon. Lily's chest felt like it was collapsing. Soon. That meant this wasn't over. Not even close. The ride home was silent. Lily sat in the passenger seat, staring out the window. Her mom didn't say anything, didn't turn on the radio, didn't even glance at her. The silence felt louder than any argument. Lily's hands rested in her lap. She kept replaying everything in her head. The classroom, the office, the questions, the lie. Her stomach twisted. I'm sorry, she whispered finally. Her mom didn't respond right away. The car kept moving. The road stretched ahead. Then, you shouldn't have said those things, her mom said quietly. Lily's chest tightened. I didn't know, she started. I know you didn't, her mom interrupted. Her voice wasn't angry. That made it worse. I try so hard, she added, her voice breaking slightly. I try to protect you from all of this. Lily felt tears fill her eyes again. I wasn't trying to hurt you, she said. I know, her mom said again. Another long silence followed. Then her mom pulled the car over. She turned to Lily. Her eyes were tired. But there was something else there too. Something heavy. They're going to come to the house, she said. Lily nodded slowly. I know. And when they do... Her mom continued, then stopped. She looked away. Lily's heart pounded. What? She asked softly. Her mom took a deep breath. If they think I can't take care of you, she said, her voice barely above a whisper, they might take you away. The words hit Lily like a wave. Take her away? No, Lily said quickly. They wouldn't do that. Her mom didn't answer. And that silence said everything. Lily's breathing got faster. I'll fix it, she said suddenly. I'll tell them I lied. I'll say everything is fine. Her mom shook her head. It's too late for that, she said. Lily's chest felt like it was cracking open. Too late. That meant there was no easy way out. No undo button. Just consequences. The car sat still for a moment longer. Then her mom started the engine again. They drove the rest of the way home in silence. When they walked into the apartment, everything looked the same. The couch, the small table, the empty kitchen. But somehow, it felt different. Like it wasn't safe anymore. Like someone was about to come and look at everything. Judge everything. Lily stood in the doorway, unsure what to do. Her mom walked straight to the kitchen and opened the fridge. She stared inside for a long moment. Then she closed it again. Hard. We need to fix this, she said under her breath. Lily watched her carefully. Fix what? She asked. Her mom turned to her. This, she said, gesturing around. Everything. Lily's heart raced. How? She asked. Her mom didn't answer right away. Instead, she grabbed her purse and started looking through it quickly. Bills. Receipts. Nothing helpful. Her movements got faster. More frantic. Then she stopped suddenly, like she had just remembered something. Something important. "I'll be right back," she said. "What?" Lily asked, confused. "Where are you going?" "I just need to take care of something," her mom replied. Her voice sounded different now, rushed, almost desperate. "Stay here," she added quickly. "Don't open the door for anyone." Lily's chest tightened again. "Mom!" But before she could say anything else, her mom was already heading out. The door opened, then slammed shut behind her. Lily stood there, frozen. The apartment felt too quiet again, too still. Minutes passed, then more minutes. The light outside started to fade. And as Lily sat on the couch, waiting, a terrible thought slowly crept into her mind. What if her mom was trying to fix things in a way that would only make everything worse? Her heart started pounding again, because deep down, she had a feeling something bad was about to happen. And this time, she wouldn't be there to stop it. Lily sat on the couch, staring at the door. It had been almost an hour. The apartment was quiet except for the ticking of the small clock on the wall. Tick, tick, tick. Each sound made her more nervous. Her mom had never left like that before. Not without explaining. Not without telling her where she was going. Lily pulled her knees up to her chest. What if something went wrong? What if her mom didn't come back? Her breathing got a little faster. "No," she whispered to herself. "She'll come back. She always does." But something didn't feel right. Not this time. Outside, the sky was getting darker. Streetlights flickered on one by one. Lily stood up and walked slowly to the window. She looked down at the street. Cars passed by. People walked. But none of them were her mom. She pressed her hand against the glass. "Where are you?" she whispered. Time passed slowly. Too slowly. Lily tried to distract herself. She walked to the kitchen. Opened the fridge. Still empty. She closed it again. Then she went back to the couch. Sat down. Stood up again. Everything felt wrong. Finally, she couldn't take it anymore. She walked to the door. Her mom had told her not to open it. But she didn't say she couldn't stand by it. Lily pressed her ear against the door. Nothing. Just silence. She stepped back. Her heart was beating fast again. Then, a loud knock. Lily jumped. Her whole body froze. Another knock followed. Louder this time. "Hello?" A voice called from the other side. "Is anyone home?" Lily's breath caught. It wasn't her mom. The voice sounded like a man's. She remembered what her mom said. "Don't open the door for anyone." Her feet stayed still. "Lily?" The voice called again. Her eyes widened. How did they know her name? Her heart started racing even faster. "Lily, it's Mr. Daniels from downstairs," the voice added. "I saw your mom leave in a hurry. Just wanted to check on you." Lily hesitated. Mr. Daniels. She knew that name. He lived in the apartment below them. He was old, kind, always said hello. Still, her mom said not to open the door. "I'm okay," Lily called back softly. There was a pause. "You sure?" he asked. "You've been alone for a while." Lily swallowed. "I'm fine," she said again. Another pause. Then, "All right," he said. "If you need anything, I'm right downstairs." His footsteps slowly faded away. Lily let out a small breath. But the fear didn't leave. It stayed, heavy in her chest. Another hour passed. Now it was fully dark outside. Lily sat on the couch again, holding her arms tightly around herself. Her stomach hurt from hunger. But that wasn't what bothered her the most. It was the waiting, the not knowing. Her mind started to imagine things. Bad things. What if her mom got into trouble? What if someone hurt her? What if... The sound of a car stopping outside made Lily sit up quickly. She rushed to the window. Her heart jumped. A familiar car. The door opened. Her mom stepped out. Lily felt a wave of relief wash over her. "She's back," she whispered. She ran to the door, her hands shaking as she unlocked it. When the door opened, her mom stood there, breathing heavily. Her hair was messy. Her face looked different. More stressed. More scared. "Mom!" Lily said, throwing her arms around her. Her mom hugged her back quickly, too quickly, then pulled away. "Get inside," she said. Her voice was urgent. Lily stepped back. Her mom walked in and closed the door behind her fast. She locked it, then checked the lock again. Something wasn't right. "Mom?" Lily asked softly. Her mom didn't answer right away. Instead, she walked straight to the kitchen and placed a small bag on the counter. Lily's eyes followed it. Food. There was food inside. Bread. A few cans. Something small, but something. Her stomach growled again. "You can eat," her mom said quickly. Lily walked over slowly. "Where did you get this?" she asked. Her mom froze for a second. Then she turned away. "Don't worry about it," she said. Lily's chest tightened. That answer didn't feel good. Not at all. "Mom," she said quietly. Her mom turned back to her. Her eyes looked different, like she was hiding something. "I said don't worry about it," she repeated, a little sharper this time. Lily flinched slightly. She had never heard that tone before. Not from her mom. She nodded slowly. "Okay." She opened the bag and took out the bread. Her hands shook a little as she tore off a piece. She took a bite. Tasted plain. But it felt like everything. Because it had been so long. Her mom watched her. Her expression softened just a little. "Eat," she said again, quieter this time. Lily nodded. But as she ate, that feeling in her chest didn't go away. It grew. Because something was wrong. Very wrong. Later that night, Lily lay in bed. Her stomach was full. But her mind wasn't calm. She could hear her mom moving around in the other room. Back and forth. Back and forth. Not sitting. Not resting. Just moving. Like she was thinking too hard. Lily sat up quietly. She got out of bed and walked slowly toward the door. She left it slightly open. Just enough to see. Her mom was pacing. Her hands were shaking. She kept looking at the door. Then at the window. Then back again. "Mom," Lily whispered. Her mom jumped. She turned quickly. "You should be asleep," she said. "I couldn't," Lily replied. She stepped out of her room. "Are you okay?" she asked. Her mom forced a small smile. "I'm fine," she said. But Lily knew that wasn't true. Because then, there was another knock on the door. Both of them froze. The knock came again. Louder. More firm. Lily's heart dropped. Her mom's face went pale. They looked at each other. Neither of them moved. Then a voice spoke from the other side. "Open the door." It wasn't kind. It wasn't gentle. It was serious. And in that moment, Lily knew. This wasn't just a visit. Something had gone very, very wrong. And whatever her mom did before coming home had just caught up with them. The knock came again. Harder this time. "Open the door." Lily's heart pounded so loud she could barely hear anything else. Her mom didn't move. She stood frozen in the middle of the room. Her eyes locked on the door like it might break open at any second. "Mom," Lily whispered. Her voice shook. Her mom slowly raised a hand, signaling her to stay quiet. Another knock. Even louder. "Ma'am, we know you're inside. Please open the door." This voice was different. Calm. Firm. Official. Lily's chest tightened. She had heard that tone before. At the school. Her mom swallowed hard. Then finally, she walked toward the door. Each step was slow. Heavy. Like she was walking toward something she didn't want to face. She stopped just inches away from the handle. Closed her eyes for a brief second. Then opened it. Standing outside were two people. The same woman from the school. And a tall man standing beside her. Both looked serious. Both looked like they weren't leaving anytime soon. "Good evening," the woman said. "We need to speak with you." Lily stayed behind her mom, peeking out just enough to see. Her stomach twisted. "They came," she whispered softly. Her mom didn't respond. She stepped aside slowly, letting them in. The man entered first, looking around the apartment. His eyes moved carefully over everything. The couch. The small table. The kitchen. The woman followed. Her eyes landed on Lily. "Hi, Lily," she said gently. Lily didn't answer. She just held onto the back of her mom's shirt. The door closed behind them, and just like that, the apartment didn't feel like home anymore. "We weren't expecting you tonight," Lily's mom said. Her voice was calm, but Lily could hear it, that small shake underneath. The woman nodded. "We understand. But given what was shared earlier, we felt it was important to check in as soon as possible." Lily's mom crossed her arms. "She told you we're fine. We just want to confirm that," the woman replied. The man walked slowly toward the kitchen. He didn't say anything. He just looked, opened the fridge, closed it, opened a cabinet, closed it again. Each movement felt loud, heavy. Lily watched him. Her heart sank, because she knew what he was seeing, or what he wasn't seeing. Food. Enough food. He turned back toward them. His expression didn't change, but it didn't need to. The silence said everything. The woman glanced at him briefly, then looked back at Lily's mom. "Can we sit?" she asked. Lily's mom hesitated, then nodded. They all moved to the small living room area. The woman and the man sat on one side. Lily and her mom sat on the other. Lily stayed close, very close. Her mom placed a hand on her back. Felt warm, but also tense, like she was holding on too tight. "We're going to ask a few questions," the woman said. Lily's mom nodded once. "Okay." The woman looked down at her notepad. "Can you tell us about your current employment?" "I'm between jobs," her mom replied. "How long has that been the case?" A pause. "A few months." The woman wrote something down. "And during that time, how have you been providing for Lily?" Another pause. Longer this time. Lily felt her mom's hand press slightly harder against her back. "We've been managing," her mom said. The woman looked up. "How?" No answer. The room felt smaller, tighter. Lily's breathing got faster. "I do what I can," her mom added quickly. The man spoke for the first time. "What you can includes what?" His voice wasn't loud, but it was direct. Lily's mom looked at him, then away. "I borrow when I have to," she said. "From who?" he asked. No response. Lily looked up at her mom. Something wasn't right. She could feel it, deep in her chest. The woman leaned forward slightly. "We're not here to judge you," she said. "We're here to understand the situation." Lily's mom let out a small breath, but it didn't sound like relief. It sounded like pressure, like something was building inside her. Then, "Can we see what you brought home earlier?" the man asked. Lily froze. Her mom's body stiffened. "What?" she asked. "The groceries," he said. "We noticed Lily eating when we came in." The room went silent. Lily's heart started pounding again. Her mom didn't move, didn't speak, just sat there, still, too still. "Ma'am," the woman said softly. Lily looked at her mom. She had never seen her like this before. Not this quiet, not this stuck. "Mom," Lily whispered. Her mom blinked, like she had just come back from somewhere far away. "They're just groceries," she said finally. "Can we take a look?" the man asked. Another pause. Then slowly, her mom stood up. Lily stood too. She didn't want to let go, but her mom gently moved her hand away. "It's okay," she said softly. Lily watched as her mom walked to the kitchen. She picked up the small bag, brought it back, placed it on the table. The man opened it. One item at a time. Bread, canned food, small things. Nothing special, but something felt off. He picked up one of the items, turned it slightly, looked at it closer. Then, he glanced at the woman, just for a second. But it was enough. Lily saw it, that look, and it made her stomach drop. "What is it?" Lily asked softly. No one answered her. The man placed the item back in the bag, then looked at Lily's mom. "Where did you get these?" he asked. Her mom didn't answer. The silence stretched, thick, heavy. "Ma'am," the woman said more firmly now. "We need an honest answer." Lily's chest tightened. Her eyes moved from one adult to another, back to her mom. "Mom?" she whispered. Her mom's lips parted slightly, then closed again. Her hands started to shake. Just a little. But Lily saw it. Her mom began. Her voice was barely there. I just needed to get food, she said. That's not what we asked, the man replied. His voice was sharper now, more serious. Lily's heart felt like it was going to explode. Something bad was coming. She could feel it. I didn't have a choice, her mom added quickly. The room went completely still. The woman's expression changed. The man leaned forward slightly. No choice, he repeated. Lily's breath caught. Because now, she understood. Not fully, but enough. Enough to feel the fear. The real fear. Mom, she said, her voice trembling. Her mom looked at her. And in her eyes, Lily saw it. The truth. The one thing she had been trying to hide. The one thing that was about to change everything. And then, her mom finally said the words that made Lily's world stop. I didn't pay for them. I didn't pay for them. The words echoed in the small apartment. Lily felt like the air had been pulled out of her chest. For a moment, no one spoke. No one moved. Even the clock on the wall seemed quieter. Lily stared at her mom, her eyes wide. What do you mean? She asked softly. Her voice sounded small. Too small. Her mom didn't look at her right away. Instead, she kept her eyes on the table, on the bag, on the truth sitting right there in front of everyone. I took them, she said quietly. The man leaned back slightly. The woman's face didn't change much, but her eyes did. They became more serious, more focused. You're saying you stole these items? The woman asked. Lily's mom nodded once. Slowly, Lily's stomach twisted. Stole? Her mom. Stole? That didn't make sense. That didn't feel real. But why? Lily whispered. Her mom finally looked at her. And when she did, her eyes were filled with something heavy, something painful. Because you were hungry, she said. Lily's chest tightened instantly. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't want you to go to bed like that again, her mom added. Her voice cracked slightly. I thought I could fix it before anyone noticed. The room was quiet again. But this time it felt different. Not just heavy. Sad. Very sad. The man cleared his throat. Where did you take them from? He asked. Lily's mom hesitated. Then she answered. The store on Maple Street. The woman wrote it down quickly. Did anyone see you? The man asked. Another pause. I don't think so, her mom said. But the way she said it didn't sound certain. Lily's hands started to shake. She didn't like this. She didn't like any of this. Are you going to take my mom away? She suddenly asked. Her voice broke as she said it. The woman looked at her. Her expression softened just a little. We're not here to do that, she said gently. But stealing is a serious matter. Lily's heart dropped again. Serious. That word kept coming back. Again and again. Her mom sat very still. I'll fix it, she said quickly. I'll go back. I'll pay for it somehow. I'll return it. It's already been reported. The man interrupted. The room went silent. Lily blinked. What? She whispered. The man looked at her mom. The store called earlier. They reported missing items and provided a description. Lily's mom's face went pale. They reported it? She asked. Her voice was barely there. The woman nodded. Yes. Lily felt like the ground was slipping under her feet. This wasn't just about the house anymore. This wasn't just about school. This was something bigger, something worse. What happens now? Lily asked. Her voice trembled. The woman took a small breath. We're going to have to involve local authorities, she said. Lily's chest tightened so fast it hurt. Authorities. That meant police. No, Lily said quickly. Please no. She grabbed her mom's hand tightly. Her mom squeezed back. I didn't mean to hurt anyone, her mom said. Tears rolled down her cheeks now. I just needed food for my child. The man didn't respond right away. He looked at the bag again, then back at her. There are ways to get help, he said. Stealing isn't one of them. Lily felt something inside her twist. She wanted to say something, to defend her mom, to explain everything. But the words didn't come, because deep down, she knew they were right, but it didn't make it hurt any less. Minutes passed. No one spoke much. The woman stepped outside briefly to make a call. The man stayed inside, watching quietly. Lily sat close to her mom, holding on to her like she might disappear. "Mom," she whispered. Her mom looked down at her. "I'm so sorry," Lily said. Her voice cracked completely now. "I didn't know this would happen." Her mom shook her head quickly. "This is not your fault," she said. "But I told them everything," Lily cried. "If I didn't say anything." "Lily," her mom said firmly. Lily stopped. Her mom wiped her tears gently. "You told the truth," she said. "And the truth is not wrong." Lily's chest hurt. "Then why does it feel like everything is breaking?" she asked. Her mom didn't answer right away. Because maybe there wasn't an easy answer. The door opened again. The woman stepped back inside. Her face looked more serious than before. Lily's heart dropped instantly. "They're on their way," she said. Lily's breathing stopped for a second. "They?" she asked. The woman nodded. "The police." The word hit like a loud noise in Lily's ears. Police. This was real. Too real. Her mom closed her eyes for a moment, like she was trying to prepare herself. Then she opened them again, and looked at Lily. "It's going to be okay," she said softly, but Lily could hear it. That small crack in her voice. The fear. The uncertainty. "Are they going to take you?" Lily asked. Her voice was barely a whisper. Her mom didn't answer, and that silence was worse than any answer. Outside, the sound of a car pulling up made Lily jump. Lights flashed through the window, blue and red. Her heart started racing faster than ever. "No," she whispered. She held onto her mom tighter. The knock came again, this time louder than before, more official. The man stood up and walked to the door. He opened it. Two officers stood outside, their uniforms dark, their faces serious. Lily felt her whole body go cold. They stepped inside. One of them looked at Lily's mom. "Ma'am," he said, "we need to speak with you." Her mom stood slowly. Her legs looked unsteady, but she didn't fall. She looked at Lily, and in that moment, everything felt like it was about to change. "Can I hug her?" her mom asked quietly. The officer nodded. Lily ran into her arms immediately. She held on tight, too tight. "Don't go," Lily whispered. Her voice broke completely. Her mom held her just as tight. "I'll come back," she said softly. "I promise." But something about that promise didn't feel certain. Lily pulled back slightly. Tears covered her face. "Please don't leave me," she cried. Her mom cupped her face gently. "I love you," she said. "I love you too," Lily whispered. And then, the officer stepped forward. "Ma'am," he said again. Her mom took a deep breath, then slowly let Lily go. Lily's hands slipped away, and just like that, the one person she trusted the most was being taken from her, right in front of her eyes, and there was nothing she could do to stop it. The door closed, and just like that, Lily was alone. Not completely alone. The woman and the man were still there, but it felt like something important had been taken out of the room. Something warm, something safe. Lily stood in the middle of the living room, staring at the door her mom had just walked through. Her hands still felt empty, like they were supposed to be holding on to something, but weren't. "She said she'd come back," Lily whispered. Her voice was soft, almost like she was trying to convince herself. The woman stepped closer. "She will," she said gently. But Lily didn't respond, because something inside her didn't fully believe it. Minutes passed. The apartment felt different now. Too quiet, too still. Lily slowly walked to the couch and sat down. She pulled her knees to her chest again, the same way she had done earlier. Only this time, her mom wasn't there. "Lily," the woman said softly, sitting across from her, "we're going to stay with you for a bit. Okay?" Lily nodded slightly. She didn't have the energy to say anything. The man stood near the door, his arms crossed. Watching. Waiting. Everything felt like it was happening too fast. But also too slow. Lily's mind kept going back to the same moment. Her mom walking away. Not turning back. The sound of the door closing. I should have kept quiet, Lily whispered suddenly. The woman looked at her. No, she said. You did the right thing. Lily shook her head. Tears filled her eyes again. If I didn't say anything, none of this would have happened, she said. Her voice cracked. My mom would still be here. The woman leaned forward slightly. Lily, what's happening right now is not because of you, she said. There were already problems. You just helped bring them to light. But Lily didn't see it that way. All she saw was cause and effect. She spoke. And now her mom was gone. That felt like her fault. No matter what anyone said. After a while, the woman stood up. I'm going to make another call, she said. The man nodded. She stepped outside again, leaving Lily and the man alone. The silence grew even heavier. Lily didn't look at him. She just stared at the floor. Your mom cares about you, the man said after a moment. Lily didn't respond. She made a bad decision, he continued. But that doesn't mean she doesn't love you. Lily's throat tightened. I know she loves me, she said quietly. The man nodded. That's why she tried to get you food, he said. Lily looked up slightly. Her eyes were red. But now she's gone, she said. The man didn't answer that, because there wasn't a simple answer. The door opened again. The woman came back inside. Her expression was different, not as calm as before, more focused. We've arranged for temporary placement, she said. Lily frowned. Placement? She asked. The word sounded strange, unfamiliar. The woman knelt down in front of her. It means you'll stay somewhere safe tonight, she explained gently. Lily's heart dropped. Somewhere else? She asked. The woman nodded. Just for now. Lily shook her head quickly. No, she said. I want to stay here. I understand, the woman said softly. But we can't leave you alone. I won't be alone, Lily insisted. My mom is coming back. The woman hesitated. Then she spoke carefully. It might take some time before she returns, she said. Lily's chest tightened again. How long? She asked. The woman didn't answer right away. And that silence said too much. Lily's eyes filled with tears again. I don't want to go anywhere, she said. Her voice shook. I want my mom. The woman reached out slowly. But Lily pulled back slightly. Not angry, just scared. Very scared. A short time later, there was another knock. This time, it wasn't loud. It wasn't urgent. But it still made Lily jump. The man opened the door. A different woman stood outside. She looked older. Kind eyes. Soft voice. Hi, she said gently as she stepped in. You must be Lily. Lily didn't answer. She just stared at her. This is Ms. Reynolds, the first woman said. She's going to take care of you tonight. Lily's stomach twisted. Take care of her? That didn't feel right. I don't know her, Lily said quietly. Ms. Reynolds gave a small, understanding smile. I know, she said, but I'm here to help. Lily looked at the floor again. Everything felt wrong. Nothing felt safe. Do I have to go? She asked. The room went quiet. The woman nodded slowly. Yes, she said. Lily's chest felt like it was breaking all over again. Packing didn't take long. There wasn't much to pack. A few clothes. A small bag. Her favorite book. Lily moved slowly, like each step was harder than the last. She looked around the apartment one more time. The couch. The kitchen. The door. Everything looked the same. But it didn't feel the same. Because now, she was leaving it behind. Ready? Ms. Reynolds asked softly. Lily didn't feel ready. But she nodded anyway. Because what else could she do? They walked out together. The hallway felt longer than usual. The lights too bright. Each step echoed. Lily held her small bag tightly. When they reached the stairs, she stopped. She turned back. Looked at her apartment door. Closed. Silent. Empty. Can we wait a little longer? She asked. Her voice was barely there. Ms. Reynolds looked at her, then at the others, then back at Lily. I'm sorry, she said softly. We have to go. Lily nodded slowly. Tears slipped down her cheeks. She didn't wipe them away. She just let them fall. Outside, the night air felt cold. Even though it wasn't. Lily got into the car, sat quietly, her bag in her lap. Ms. Reynolds started the engine. The car began to move. Lily looked out the window. The building slowly got smaller and smaller until it disappeared. And with it, everything she knew, everything she felt safe in, everything that felt like home. As the car drove through the quiet streets, Lily pressed her forehead against the window. Her reflection stared back at her. Tired, scared, alone. She said she'd come back. Lily whispered again. But this time, it didn't sound like hope. It sounded like a question. And deep down, she didn't know the answer. Because for the first time in her life, she wasn't sure when she would see her mom again, or if things would ever go back to the way they were. And that thought was more frightening than anything else. The car slowed down. Lily barely noticed at first. She was still staring out the window, watching the dark streets pass by. Everything looked unfamiliar. Different houses, different lights. Nothing felt like home. Lily, Ms. Reynolds said gently. We're here. Lily blinked. She sat up slowly and looked around. The car had stopped in front of a small house. It looked quiet, calm. A soft yellow light glowed from inside. But Lily didn't feel calm. She felt tight, like her chest was wrapped in something she couldn't break free from. She didn't move right away. Do I have to go in? She asked softly. Ms. Reynolds nodded. Yes, she said. Just for now. Just for now. Those words again. They didn't feel real. They didn't feel comforting. They just felt uncertain. Lily opened the car door slowly. Her feet touched the ground. Cold. Still. She held her small bag tightly and followed Ms. Reynolds toward the house. Each step felt heavy, like she was walking farther away from something she couldn't get back. The door opened before they knocked. A tall woman stood there. She had kind eyes, a gentle smile. Hi, she said softly. You must be Lily. Lily didn't answer. She just looked at her. The woman didn't seem upset. She just stepped aside. Come in, she said. Lily walked inside slowly. The house smelled clean, warm. There were pictures on the walls. A couch with soft pillows. A small table with books. Everything looked normal. Too normal. Thank you for taking her, Ms. Reynolds said. Of course, the woman replied. I'm Mrs. Carter. Lily's head lifted slightly. Carter. That name sounded familiar. Then she realized. Her teacher, Miss Carter. Are you related to my teacher? Lily asked quietly. Mrs. Carter smiled gently. She's my daughter, she said. Lily's chest tightened. That meant they already knew everything. Lily looked down quickly. I didn't mean to cause trouble, she whispered. Mrs. Carter's expression softened. You didn't cause trouble, she said gently. You told the truth. Lily didn't respond, because she still didn't believe that. Ms. Reynolds spoke quietly with Mrs. Carter for a few minutes. Lily stood by the door holding her bag, listening without really hearing. Her mind was somewhere else, back at the apartment, back with her mom. We'll check in tomorrow, Ms. Reynolds was saying. Of course, Mrs. Carter replied. Then Ms. Reynolds turned to Lily. I'll see you soon, okay? She said. Lily nodded slightly, but she didn't say anything, because soon didn't feel clear, didn't feel real. Then Ms. Reynolds left. The door closed, and Lily was there, in a new place, with someone she didn't know. Come on, Mrs. Carter said gently. Let me show you your room. Lily followed her slowly, down a short hallway, past a bathroom, then into a small bedroom. It had a bed, a lamp, a dresser, everything neat, everything ready. This is yours for now, Mrs. Carter said. Lily stepped inside. She placed her bag on the floor, then just stood there, not moving. You can change, rest, or just sit if you want, Mrs. Carter added softly. There's no rush. Lily nodded. Still silent. Mrs. Carter paused for a moment, then gently closed the door behind her, leaving Lily alone. The room felt quiet, but not the same kind of quiet as home. This quiet felt strange, unfamiliar. Lily sat on the edge of the bed. She looked around slowly. Everything was clean, perfect, too perfect. It didn't feel like her space. It didn't feel like anything. She picked up her bag and pulled out her favorite book. Held it close, but even that didn't help. Her chest still hurt. Her throat still felt tight. "Mom!" she whispered. The word echoed softly in the room, but no one answered. Later, Mrs. Carter knocked gently. "Lily?" she called softly. "I made some dinner. Would you like to eat?" Lily's stomach growled slightly, but she didn't feel hungry. Not really. "I'm not hungry," she said. Mrs. Carter opened the door a little. "Are you sure?" she asked. Lily nodded. Mrs. Carter stepped inside anyway. "Just a little. I understand today has been a lot," she said gently. "But eating might help you feel a bit better." Lily looked at her, then down at the floor. "I already ate," she said quietly. Mrs. Carter paused, then nodded. "Okay," she said. "If you change your mind, the food is there." She turned to leave, then stopped. "Your mom loves you, Lily," she added softly. Lily's chest tightened again. "I know," she whispered, but knowing didn't make this easier. That night, Lily lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. The room was dark, but not completely. A small light from the hallway slipped through the door. She could hear faint sounds. Dishes, footsteps, normal house sounds. But they didn't comfort her. They just reminded her this wasn't her home. She turned onto her side, pulled the blanket closer, tried to close her eyes. But every time she did, she saw it. Her mom being taken away. The look on her face. The promise she made. "I'll come back." Lily opened her eyes again. Tears slid down quietly. She didn't make a sound. Didn't want anyone to hear. Because if she stayed quiet enough, maybe this would all feel like a dream. Maybe she would wake up, back in her bed, back in her apartment, back with her mom. But deep down, she knew that wasn't going to happen. Hours passed. Sleep didn't come easily. When it finally did, it didn't last long. Lily woke up suddenly, her heart racing, her breathing fast. She sat up quickly. The room was still dark, still quiet, but something felt off. She listened carefully. Then she heard it. Voices, soft, but serious, coming from the other room. She got out of bed slowly, walked to the door, opened it just a little, enough to hear. Mrs. Carter was talking on the phone. "Yes," she said quietly. "She's here." A pause. Then, "I understand," she added. Another pause. Lily's heart started pounding again. "She's asking about her mother," Mrs. Carter said. Lily held her breath. Her fingers tightened around the door. And then, Mrs. Carter said something that made Lily's stomach drop completely. "They might not release her tomorrow." Lily froze. Her whole body went still. Her mind went blank. Not tomorrow. That meant longer, much longer. Her chest felt like it was collapsing. She stepped back slowly, quietly, back into her room, closed the door, sat on the bed, her hands shaking, her breathing uneven. "She said she'd come back," Lily whispered. But now, that promise didn't feel close anymore. Felt far, very far. And for the first time, Lily realized something that scared her more than anything else. This wasn't going to be fixed quickly. This wasn't going to go back to normal anytime soon. And she had no idea how long she would have to wait, or what would happen next. Morning came quietly. The sunlight slipped through the thin curtains, lighting up the small room in a soft glow. Lily opened her eyes slowly. For a moment, she didn't remember where she was. The bed felt different. The walls looked unfamiliar. The air didn't feel like home. Then it all came back. The school. The office. The police. Her mom. Lily sat up quickly. Her chest tightened again, just like the night before. It wasn't a dream. None of it was. She looked around the room. Still the same. Still not hers. "Mom!" she whispered. But the room stayed silent. A gentle knock came from the door. "Lily!" Mrs. Carter's voice called softly. "Are you awake?" Lily didn't answer right away. She didn't feel ready to talk. But the door opened slightly anyway. Mrs. Carter stepped in, holding a small tray. "I made some breakfast," she said gently. Lily looked at it. Toast, eggs, a glass of juice. It looked warm, fresh. But Lily's stomach didn't react the way it should have. "I'm not hungry," she said quietly. Mrs. Carter didn't seem surprised. "That's okay," she said. "You can eat later if you want." She placed the tray on a small table near the bed, then sat down slowly on a chair nearby. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The silence felt softer than before, but still heavy. "Did you sleep?" Mrs. Carter asked. Lily shrugged slightly. "A little." Mrs. Carter nodded. "That's understandable," she said. Lily looked down at her hands. They were still, but inside, she felt restless, like something was always moving in her chest. "Is my mom okay?" she asked suddenly. Her voice was small, careful. Mrs. Carter took a breath. "She's being taken care of," she said gently. That wasn't the answer Lily wanted. "Is she coming back today?" Lily asked. Mrs. Carter hesitated, just for a second. But Lily noticed. "I don't know yet," she said honestly. Lily's chest tightened again. Not knowing was the worst part. Later that morning, Lily sat at the small table in the kitchen. The breakfast Mrs. Carter made was still there, untouched. She stared at it, then slowly reached for the toast. Took a small bite. Tasted better than the bread from yesterday. But it didn't feel better. Nothing did. "Good morning, Lily." Lily looked up. Miss Carter stood in the doorway. Her teacher. Her face looked softer than usual, more careful. "Hi," Lily said quietly. Miss Carter walked in slowly. She sat across from her. "I'm glad you're here," she said gently. Lily frowned slightly. "Why?" she asked. Miss Carter paused. "Because now we can make sure you're okay," she said. Lily looked down again. "I was okay before," she said. Miss Carter didn't respond right away, because she knew that wasn't fully true. But she also knew Lily didn't see it that way. A little while later, there was a knock on the door. Lily's body stiffened instantly. Her heart started to race. Mrs. Carter walked to the door and opened it. The same woman from before stepped inside. The one with the notepad. "Good morning," she said. Lily didn't answer. She just watched. Everything felt tense again. "Hi, Lily," the woman said gently. Lily nodded slightly. The woman sat down nearby. "I wanted to check in with you," she said. Lily stayed quiet. Her fingers tapped lightly against the table. A nervous habit. "Do you know why you're here?" the woman asked. Lily nodded. "Because I told the truth," she said. The woman tilted her head slightly. "That's part of it," she said. Lily looked at her. "What's the other part?" she asked. The woman took a small breath. "Because we need to make sure you're safe," she said. Lily's chest tightened. "I was safe," she said quickly. "My mom didn't hurt me." "I understand," the woman replied. "But safety also means having enough food, a stable place to live, and support." Lily didn't respond, because those words felt different. Too big, too complicated. "Can I see my mom?" Lily asked suddenly. Her voice cracked just a little. The woman hesitated. Then she answered carefully. "Not today," she said. Lily felt like something inside her dropped. "Why?" she asked. "Because she's still going through a process," the woman explained. "What process?" Lily asked. The woman paused. "Something that needs to happen before she can come back," she said. Lily's chest tightened again. Everything felt like a puzzle, and no one was giving her all the pieces. After the woman left, the house felt quiet again. Miss Carter had gone to work. Mrs. Carter was cleaning in the kitchen. Lily sat on the couch holding her book. But she wasn't reading. She was thinking about everything. Her mom, the police, the words she heard last night. They might not release her tomorrow. Lily hugged the book closer. How long? She whispered. No one answered. In the afternoon, Mrs. Carter sat beside her. Do you want to go outside for a little? She asked. Lily shook her head. I want to stay here, she said. Mrs. Carter nodded. That's okay. Another quiet moment passed. Then Lily spoke again. Did my mom do something really bad? She asked. Mrs. Carter looked at her carefully. She made a mistake, she said. Lily's eyes filled with tears. Because of me? She asked. Mrs. Carter shook her head gently. No, she said. Because she was trying to take care of you. Lily swallowed hard. That didn't make it feel better. It made it hurt more. As the day went on, Lily felt more and more tired. Not just in her body, in her heart. Everything felt heavy, like she was carrying something too big for her. That night, she sat on the edge of the bed again, looking at the door, hoping, waiting, but no one came. No call, no message, nothing. Mom, she whispered again. Her voice cracked completely this time. I didn't mean to make things worse. Tears fell freely now. She didn't try to stop them, because there was no point. The room stayed quiet, still, empty. And as Lily lay down, staring at the ceiling once more, a new thought entered her mind. One that felt even heavier than the rest. What if her mom didn't come back soon? What if this wasn't just temporary? What if this was her new life now? Lily turned onto her side, holding her book tightly against her chest. Her eyes slowly closed, but her thoughts didn't stop, because the waiting was only getting harder, and the answers she needed still felt so far away. The next morning came with a gray sky. Lily woke up to the sound of rain tapping softly against the window. It wasn't loud, but it filled the room with a steady rhythm, like a quiet reminder that the world kept moving, even if she didn't feel ready to move with it. She sat up slowly, hugging her knees, and stared at the walls. The room was the same, but nothing felt familiar. Nothing felt safe. Lily, Mrs. Carter's voice called softly from the kitchen. Breakfast is ready. Lily didn't move at first. Her stomach twisted. She didn't feel hungry. She didn't feel like doing anything. But eventually, she dragged herself to the table, still holding the small book she'd carried everywhere. The table had scrambled eggs, toast, and juice again. Everything smelled normal, but Lily's mind wasn't normal. Mrs. Carter sat across from her. She didn't say anything at first. She just waited. You know, she finally said gently, sometimes when big things happen, it feels like the world stops, but it doesn't. And that's okay. Lily didn't answer. I know you want to see your mom, Mrs. Carter continued, and soon you will. But right now we have to be patient. Lily stared at the plate. She picked at the toast but didn't eat much. She wanted to run back to her apartment. She wanted to see her mom's face, to hear her voice, to feel that safe warmth again. But she couldn't. Not yet. After breakfast, Mrs. Carter suggested they go outside. The rain had stopped, leaving the air damp and cool. Lily reluctantly agreed. She followed her to the small backyard. The grass was wet under her shoes, and the puddles reflected the gray sky. Do you want to talk? Mrs. Carter asked. Lily shook her head. That's okay, Mrs. Carter said softly. You don't have to, but sometimes talking helps. Lily stayed quiet, watching raindrops slide off the leaves. Her mind drifted back to her mom. How strong she had been, how much she had tried to protect Lily, and yet, she had been taken away because of one mistake. The thought made Lily's chest tighten. She hated the idea of being separated from her mom. She hated the idea of waiting. Sometimes, Mrs. Carter continued gently, grown-ups make mistakes. Even when they love you more than anything, they can still get into trouble. Lily's lips trembled. I don't like it, she whispered. I know, Mrs. Carter said. I don't like it either. But right now, we have to make sure you're safe and cared for. Lily didn't respond. She just hugged herself and stared at the wet grass. Later, the doorbell rang. Lily's stomach twisted. Another person? More questions? Mrs. Carter opened the door. Two people stepped inside. Officials she recognized from before. The woman with the notepad and the man who had asked so many questions. "Good morning, Lily," the woman said softly. "May we talk with you for a few minutes?" Lily's hands tightened around the book in her lap. She didn't want to talk. She didn't want to answer more questions. She wanted her mom. But she didn't say anything. Mrs. Carter gestured for them to sit. Lily reluctantly followed. The woman spoke first. "We know this is hard. And you're brave for being honest." Lily's eyes filled with tears again. She didn't know why, but the words hurt and comforted at the same time. "We need to ask some questions about your mom's situation," the man said. "This is to help her get back to you as soon as possible." Lily nodded slowly. The questions were simple. Where her mom worked, how long she had been out of a job, how she got groceries. Lily answered softly, carefully. She didn't want to get her mom into more trouble. But she couldn't lie either. After a while, the woman smiled gently. "Thank you, Lily. You've helped a lot." Lily wanted to believe her. She wanted to hope that her mom would be back soon. But the memory of the officers taking her mom away yesterday made it hard. When the officials left, Lily felt drained. She walked back to her room, slumping onto the bed. She opened her book, but the words didn't make sense. Her thoughts kept drifting back to her mom. "She promised," Lily whispered. "She promised she'd come back." Mrs. Carter knocked gently on the door. "Lily, would you like to do something to pass the time?" "What?" Lily asked, not really looking up. "Maybe a drawing," Mrs. Carter suggested. "Or writing. Or even a walk." Lily shook her head. "No, that's okay," Mrs. Carter said softly. "You can choose later." Lily hugged her book tightly. She didn't want to choose anything. She just wanted her mom. Hours passed slowly. Lily sat by the window, watching the gray clouds move across the sky. Every time she saw a car drive by, she imagined it was her mom coming back. Every time she heard a knock at the door, her heart jumped. But it was never her mom. It was never her. In the evening, Mrs. Carter brought a small plate of food to Lily's room. She set it on the bedside table and sat down quietly. "Lily," she said gently, "I know this isn't easy, but I want you to know something. You are not alone." Lily swallowed hard. She wanted to believe her, but believing felt hard. Harder than breathing. "Your mom loves you," Mrs. Carter continued, "and she's working to come back to you. Everything we're doing is to make sure that happens." Lily nodded slowly, but inside a storm was growing. Fear, sadness, and confusion all mixed together. That night, Lily lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. She hugged her book tightly against her chest. The room was quiet, but it wasn't comforting. She felt small. She felt powerless. She felt the weight of waiting pressing down on her. And then, as she closed her eyes, a thought came to her. What if waiting wasn't enough? What if her mom couldn't come back soon? The idea made her chest tighten, made her hands tremble, made her want to cry out, but she didn't. Instead, she lay there, holding her book, listening to the soft sound of the rain starting again outside the window. And deep down, Lily realized something terrifying. Even if her mom came back, things might never be the same. The fear, the waiting, the uncertainty. It wasn't over. It was just beginning. The morning was colder than usual. Lily woke up with a shiver. She pulled the blanket tighter around her, feeling the emptiness beside her where her mom should have been. She didn't want to get up. The thought of facing another day without her mom made her stomach twist. But she knew she had to. She slowly climbed out of bed and walked to the small dresser, staring at her reflection in the mirror. Her eyes were red from crying, her face pale. She didn't recognize herself. "Lily?" Mrs. Carter called softly from the kitchen. "Breakfast is ready." Lily nodded silently. She picked up her book and carried it to the kitchen. The table was set with toast, scrambled eggs, and juice, just like the day before. But Lily didn't feel comforted. She sat down quietly, her hands folded around the book. You don't have to eat if you don't want to, Mrs. Carter said gently. But even a little can help you feel stronger. Lily nodded again. She took a tiny bite of toast, chewed slowly, then put it down. Did you sleep well? Mrs. Carter asked. Not really, Lily said softly. That's understandable, Mrs. Carter replied. A lot has happened. It's okay to feel tired. Lily didn't respond. She just stared at her hands. After breakfast, Lily went back to her room. She sat by the window, watching the gray clouds drift slowly across the sky. The streets below were quiet. A few cars passed by. People walked quickly with umbrellas, keeping their heads down. Lily wished she could do the same. Just disappear until her mom came back. But she couldn't. She was stuck here, in this new house with people who weren't her family. She hugged her book tightly. Her mom's face came to her mind. The look in her eyes when she was taken away. The promise she made, I'll come back. Lily pressed her forehead against the window, hoping that somehow her mom could see her. Somehow she could feel that she was waiting. A knock at the door made her jump. Lily, Mrs. Carter's voice called softly. Someone's here to speak with you. Lily swallowed hard. She wasn't sure if she wanted to see anyone, but she didn't have a choice. She opened the door slowly. The woman from before, the one with the notepad, stepped inside. Good morning, Lily, she said softly. May we talk for a few minutes? Lily nodded slowly, her hands still trembling slightly. She followed the woman to the small living area. Lily, the woman began gently. We've been working to make sure your mom can come back to you as soon as possible. Lily's chest tightened. How soon? She asked quietly. The woman paused. It could take a few days, she said. A few days, Lily whispered. Her stomach twisted. But I need her now. I know, the woman said softly. And she wants to be back with you as soon as she can. Lily hugged her knees to her chest. The thought of waiting even longer made her feel sick. Can I call her? She asked suddenly. The woman shook her head gently. Not right now, but we'll find a way for you to talk soon. Lily's eyes filled with tears. She didn't know how much more waiting she could handle. After the woman left, Lily sat in silence. The house felt empty, even though Mrs. Carter was nearby. She hugged her book tightly and thought about her mom. She thought about the apartment, the bag, the officers, the promise. Her chest felt heavy. Her throat felt tight. She didn't want to breathe because every breath reminded her that her mom wasn't here. She curled up on the couch and closed her eyes. Hours later, there was another knock at the door. Lily's heart jumped. She didn't know who it could be this time. Mrs. Carter opened it, and 2 police officers stepped inside. Lily's stomach tightened. Hello, Lily, one of the officers said kindly. May we speak with you for a moment? Lily nodded silently and followed them to the living area. We have news about your mom, the second officer said. Lily's heart raced. Is she coming back? She asked. The first officer took a deep breath. She's being released soon, but we need to make sure everything is safe first. Lily's chest tightened even more. What does that mean? She asked. It means she'll be able to see you, but there are still some steps we need to follow, the officer explained. Lily's eyes filled with tears. She felt relief mixed with frustration. Finally, she might see her mom again, but she had to wait some more. How long? She whispered. The officer hesitated. A few hours, possibly by this evening. Lily nodded slowly. A small spark of hope flickered inside her. Maybe today, maybe she'd finally see her mom again. While waiting, Lily couldn't sit still. She paced the small living area, her hands twisting the pages of her book. She thought about everything that had happened. The apartment, the bag of food, the officers, the waiting. She wanted to scream. She wanted to run to her mom. She wanted everything to be back to the way it was before. But she stayed here, waiting. Hours passed slowly. The gray sky darkened into evening. Lily sat by the window again, watching the streetlights turn on. She saw cars drive by, people walking their dogs, neighbors returning home. Life went on outside. But inside, time seemed frozen. Car pulled up outside. Lily's heart jumped. Could it be her mom? She pressed her forehead against the glass, hoping, praying. Mrs. Carter appeared in the doorway. "Lily," she called softly. "Someone is here to bring your mom to you." Lily froze. Her hands trembled. Her heart raced so fast it hurt. "Is it really her?" Lily asked, her voice barely a whisper. Mrs. Carter nodded. "Yes, she's safe and ready to see you." Lily didn't wait. She ran to the door, her small feet moving as fast as they could. Her bag of books bounced against her side. The officers opened the door, and there she was, her mom. Tears filled Lily's eyes. She ran into her mom's arms, holding on so tightly that she didn't want to let go. Her mom hugged her just as tightly. "Lily," she whispered, "I'm here. I promised." Lily's chest felt like it might burst. Relief, fear, happiness, and sadness all mixed together. She didn't care about the mistakes, the waiting, or the uncertainty. She was finally with her mom again. But just as they embraced, the first officer stepped forward. "Ma'am, we need to discuss some details before you can leave," he said. Her mom pulled back slightly, looking worried. "Details?" "Yes," the officer said gently. "We need to make sure everything is clear so there are no problems later." Lily felt her chest tighten again. Just when everything seemed okay, there was still more to worry about. Her mom looked down at her. "It's okay, Lily," she whispered. "We'll be together soon. I promise." Lily held her mom's hand tightly. She wanted to believe that promise. She wanted to trust it. But deep down, she couldn't help wondering, would this finally be the end of the waiting? Or was there still more ahead that she didn't know about? The office smelled faintly of paper and disinfectant. Lily followed her mom's hand tightly, walking past desks and chairs and people she didn't know. Every step made her stomach twist. She wanted to run, but she knew she couldn't. She had to wait. She had to see what came next. Her mom's grip was steady, warm, and safe. But even that warmth couldn't stop the fear bubbling in Lily's chest. What if this wasn't over? What if something happened, and they were separated again? The officer led them to a small room. A table sat in the middle with two chairs. One was for her mom, one for the officer. Lily stood close, clutching her mom's hand tightly. "Lily," her mom whispered softly, "I'm right here. I won't let go." Lily nodded slowly. The words didn't feel like enough. She wanted action. She wanted everything fixed. The officer cleared his throat. "We need to go over some paperwork," he said gently. "This will make sure your mom can come home safely with you." Her mom nodded, glancing at Lily. "It's okay," she whispered. "We'll be done soon." Lily stayed quiet. She watched her mom carefully, memorizing her face. The fear in her eyes, the tension in her shoulders, the way she tried to stay strong for Lily. She had missed this. She had missed her mom more than she realized. The officer handed her mom a stack of papers. Lily peeked at them. Lines and boxes filled with words she didn't understand. "Do you understand all of this?" the officer asked her mom. Her mom nodded. "Mostly. I'll need some help with a few things." The officer smiled gently. "We'll guide you through it." Lily stayed quiet. She wanted to speak, to say something, but her throat felt tight. She just wanted her mom to finish so they could leave and go home. Her mom worked carefully, signing and initialing where needed. Every signature made Lily's heart beat faster. This was progress. This meant she was one step closer to being with her mom fully again. But it also reminded her how fragile everything had been. One mistake, one wrong move, and it could have all been different. Half an hour later, the officer finally spoke. "All done. Everything is in order. She can leave with you now." Lily's chest tightened with excitement. She wanted to jump, to scream, to hug her mom and never let go. "Can we go now?" she asked quietly. Her mom knelt down beside her. "Yes, Lily. We can go home." The words felt like magic. Lily held her mom's hand even tighter. She didn't want to let go. They walked out of the office together. Outside, the sky was darker now, clouds heavy with rain. Lily didn't care. Nothing mattered except that her mom was back. They reached the car, and her mom opened the door for her. Lily climbed in quickly, sitting next to her mom. She wanted to stay as close as possible. The car started moving. The city passed by in a blur. Lights, cars, people walking. All of it seemed distant. Lily only focused on her mom. "Are you okay?" her mom asked softly. Lily nodded. I think so." Her mom smiled gently. "I know it's been hard, but we're together now. That's what matters." Lily wanted to believe her. She wanted to feel safe. But a small voice in her mind whispered doubt. Would it really be okay this time? When they reached the apartment, Lily's stomach twisted. Everything looked the same. The door, the hallway, the faint smell of home. Her mom opened the door, stepping inside carefully. Lily followed, looking around. The apartment was quiet, empty, waiting. Her mom knelt down and pulled her close. "I'm home," she whispered. "I'm really home." Lily buried her face in her mom's shoulder. She felt tears spill over. Relief, happiness, fear, all tangled together. "I missed you," Lily whispered. "I missed you too, baby," her mom said. More than anything. They stayed like that for a long moment, just holding each other, breathing together, letting the world settle around them. Later, after dinner, Lily's mom sat beside her on the couch. "I want to talk," she said softly, "about everything that happened." Lily nodded slowly. She wasn't sure if she was ready. She wanted answers, but she was afraid of the truth. Her mom took a deep breath. "I made a mistake," she said. "Something I didn't mean to happen. I never wanted to leave you alone." Lily listened quietly. Her heart ached. "I know," she whispered. "But you were brave," her mom continued. "You spoke the truth. You helped make sure we could be together again." Lily's chest tightened. She hadn't realized it, but she had been brave. She had faced fear, confusion, and uncertainty. She had helped her mom even when she was scared herself. Her mom smiled softly. "We've learned a lot, and we'll do better from now on. I promise." Lily nodded slowly. "I hope so," she said. That night, Lily lay in bed with her mom beside her. She felt the warmth of her mom's hand on hers. She felt the safety she had been missing for so long. But even as she closed her eyes, the memory of the waiting, the fear, and the uncertainty stayed with her. She knew that life wasn't always simple, that mistakes could happen, that people could be taken away. But she also knew something else now. She knew that honesty, courage, and speaking up could change things. That even when everything felt hopeless, action and truth could bring hope back. And most importantly, she knew that love, the kind she shared with her mom, was stronger than fear, stronger than waiting, stronger than uncertainty. As she drifted to sleep, she held her mom's hand tightly. Tomorrow would be different. Tomorrow they would face the world together. But tonight they had each other. And for Lily, that was enough. The storm was not completely gone, but at least the sky was no longer empty. They had each other, and that was the beginning of healing. The morning light was soft and golden. Lily woke slowly, still feeling the warmth of her mom beside her. She blinked a few times, letting the quiet settle in. For the first time in what felt like forever, she didn't feel the tightness in her chest, the fear, the constant worry. Not completely. Her mom was awake too. She smiled when she saw Lily stirring. "Good morning, baby," she said gently. "Sleep well." Lily nodded. I think so," she said quietly. Her mom pulled her into a hug, holding her tightly. "We're going to be okay," she whispered. "I promise." For a moment, the words felt like magic. Lily had waited so long to hear them, to feel them. She wanted to believe them with everything inside her. After breakfast, they went through the apartment together. Her mom unpacked a few groceries and tidied up, while Lily helped where she could. It was a simple routine, but it felt like rebuilding something broken. Piece by piece, they were putting their lives back together. "You were so brave, Lily," her mom said softly as they worked. "I don't think I could have managed without you." Lily shook her head. "No," she whispered. "You were brave too. You were just Scared. Her mom smiled, a little teary-eyed. Yes, she admitted. I was scared, but I learned something. That even when we're scared, we can do the right thing. And sometimes, the right thing is the hardest thing. Lily thought about the nights she had spent crying, about the waiting, the officers, the fear. She thought about how speaking up had made a difference, how her small voice had changed everything. I guess I helped, she said quietly. Her mom hugged her again. You did more than help. You saved me in a way. That afternoon, they sat together in the living room. The air outside was warm, and sunlight streamed through the windows. It felt almost normal, but better, because it was theirs again. Her mom looked at Lily seriously. I want to promise you something, she said. No matter what happens, we face it together. We talk, we stay honest, and we take care of each other. Always. Lily nodded slowly. She wanted to believe that promise. She wanted to trust it. She felt like she finally could. I'm ready, Lily whispered. Her mom smiled softly. Me too. Later that evening, they went outside. The neighborhood was quiet, the sky turning soft shades of pink and orange as the sun set. Lily held her mom's hand tightly. Do you think everything will be okay? Lily asked softly. Her mom looked down at her, eyes shining. I think so, she said, because we have each other, and that's more important than anything else. Lily smiled, a real smile that reached her eyes. She felt a weight lift off her chest. She still remembered the fear, the waiting, the tears, but she also remembered the courage, the honesty, and the love that had carried her through. She realized that even in the hardest moments, there could be hope, that even when life seemed unfair, speaking up and standing strong could make a difference, that even when separated, love could bring people back together. That night, Lily and her mom sat by the window, watching the stars appear in the dark sky. Lily rested her head on her mom's shoulder. I'm glad I told the truth, she said softly. Her mom kissed the top of her head. Me too, baby. Me too. And in that quiet moment, the fear was gone. The waiting was over. The storm had passed. They had each other. They were home. And finally, for the first time in a long time, everything felt possible. The end.